get into the Weekly Watch Report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. 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 Hey. All right. Lots to get into. Not really, actually.
So much.
I like watched things, but I feel like I didn't write them down, but I'm going to try now.
I started watching so much that I was like, I got to write all this down. And it's a lot.
I'm pumped to hear.
Yeah.
New episode of Traitors.
Yep.
I'm fully caught up.
You know what?
So good.
Great episode.
So good.
I'll give it a solid A.
Yeah.
Solid A for Traitors. Really great episode. Don't want to spoil it for people who have not watched.
I know, but we can talk about it.
We could, we'll talk about it.
I mean, I just like hit them with spoilers.
Yeah,
you know,
spoiler.
Yeah.
But obviously, Boston Rob comes in. He knows how to play the game here. Yeah. He goes against one of his own traitors, Bob the drag queen, and he gets him out with the help of Dylan Efron, none other than our sweetheart Dylan Efron, who Bob the drag queen said that his brother wasn't a good actor.
No.
Because Dylan said, I grew up with an actor, and Bob the drag queen said, not a good one. And Dolores was having none of that.
None of it.
She said, that's not nice. And she said, your brother's a great actor. I loved that.
I am so in. And when they showed Dylan and Dolores speaking before the round table, and Dylan was like, I still think it's Bob the drag queen, and Dolores was like, I'm starting to think that too. And I was like, I am so in on this.
Love it.
On this little duo, because I feel like Dylan like reminds her of Frankie or something.
Yeah.
Like she's ready. They're a perfect little pairing. I'm obsessed.
I love
and
it.
then at the end, she's like, and your brother's a good actor. It's like,
I loved it.
He is, Dolores.
You know what he is?
Thank you.
He's our fucking star. He's our shining star. So don't take that away from Zach.
Don't hit him with that. But my God, what a move. The dramatics. I fucking love this show. And I hope people enjoy the show and watch it in like a way that they just like, this is not a show that's meant to be taken super seriously. Like it is it is what it is. And the drama, the theatrics are so good. When Boston Rob before he put it on Bob, and he's talking, he's making a speech. He's like, there's one person. And he's looking around the room. He's kind of like looking at everyone. And then the way his head just went and looked Bob right in the eyes. And Bob just was like,
I started cheering.
Oh my God. It was unreal.
It was cinematic.
Oh my God. It was so good. Was really... Oh gosh! What a show!
It was cinema. It was magic. The problem now here is Wes fucking clocked that shit.
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah,
because Wes is also a reality TV show villain.
I audibly went ooh when he was like, "How do you know somebody's 100% a traitor?"
Tom Sandoval's like, "Wait, oh my God!"
Sandoval's brain is by the way, Sandoval's brain is broken.
Sandoval is the village fool. Is just.
I want him to
talk about a court. They're at court jester. Yeah, they're in that castle, and he is the court jester.
I want him to stay on the show because he's so funny. Like he's so dumb that he just makes the show so much funnier.
When he walked into the room and was like, "I have something to say,"
I think I meant village idiot.
Just didn't say anything.
I said village fool. Whatever. He's both. Yes. Village idiot. He is just like always 100 steps behind everybody.
He's dead wrong on
everything. He's so dead wrong
and he's
on
so
everything.
Convinced.
It couldn't be more perfect for Tom Sandoval to just be so dead wrong about everything that comes out of his mouth. But Wes is fucking great too. So now you got the battle of the greats here, because if Wes can convince people that Boston Rob's a traitor, then they're going to get Boston Rob out. Yeah. But if
I think the girls are going to want to try and get Boston Rob out.
But if Boston Rob can use his charm and get everyone to just turn on Danielle. Yeah. But then if Boston Rob starts getting every traitor out, people are going to be like, he's a traitor. Right. Why does he know? He needs to get somebody else who's not a traitor out now to be like wrong one time. Right. Because if he's right every time, then they're just going to be like, you totally know because you're the traitor. And Wes is going to be like, he knows because he's a traitor. But as for this episode, great TV. What
breaks my heart is like also Boston Rob being like, I'm going to take, like, Dylan is, like, a great person to pair up with. Like, I'll take him right to the end and just backstab him. And I'm like, oh, and poor Dylan's like, I got Boston Rob. Like, he's, like, so hyped. Like, he's, like, a super fan.
Yeah,
he's like, so excited.
He's like, I'm working with Boston Rob.
And it's just like, he's like, oh, I'm working with Rob. Like, he's so hyped to be working with him. I'm like, I'm be so sad when he gets his little heart shattered.
I do have faith Dylan will figure it out with Boston Rob.
Yeah.
I have faith that Dylan, his spidey senses work, and I have faith he's going to figure it out with Boston Rob.
Danielle and Carolyn are definitely they're going to have to, I think they're going to have to try and come up with something to have people turn on Rob for it to be the two of them. Because Rob just walked all over them with that one. Like for Danielle for them both to vote Bob. Like he completely got them. I'm hoping Gabby, Gabby does crack me up. I think she's great. I want Gabby to like trust her gut a little bit more, because I feel like she was starting to, she's like, I'm kind of on to Danielle. And then as soon as like one little thing happened, she's like, oh, there goes that theory. It's like, no, you were onto something. You were onto something. So it's been great.
It's great.
It's been great.
Great show.
Great episode.
Watch the Jerry Springer documentary that you watched. I don't know. Like, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it was
I'll give it a C. Like, I was like, meh. You know, we know what the show was. Like, I wasn't like, you know, there were some disgusting things that happened on that show that, like, they should be ashamed of. You know, airing some of the shit that happened.
Like the creator of that guy is like so proud of it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like when people are like, it was whatever, it was crazy, and then he was like, it was awesome. It's like, no, not quite. The Molly-Mae Behind It All documentary, 3 episodes.
I couldn't love her more.
Molly-Mae, what a strong woman. Like, that's what I got from this. You know what I mean? And I don't care what people say. Yes, Molly-Mae has all the money. You know what I mean? She has all the money in the world. But that doesn't take away the human feelings and what she has to go through besides that, of now being a young single mother, her boyfriend who she thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with, dealing with these problems, and she's building businesses and all this stuff, and she just seems like such a strong person. Like, I was watching this and I was like, wow, she holds it together. She holds it together for Bambi.
Yeah.
And it was really, I found it really interesting to see.
I thought it was so good. I really thought it was an interesting inside look into her life that she has not given people this much access to. It starts and it says that it was supposed to be following Molly and Tommy as they prepared for a wedding. Like, that was really the premise of the show, and they obviously pivoted around. And throughout all the rumors and all these things that's happened, and of course, like, the timing of Tommy now, I guess, actually talking about where some of these issues came from, and Molly's talking about on the show. And, you know, Tommy seemed to really start to drink more and go out more, and that just really changed. Like, Molly is not a drinker. She doesn't go out a lot. Like, she really, I think that just really hurt her in a way, and she tried to make it work for a while, and he was not giving it back. And even you could just tell the way, like, her mom and her sister were talking about Tommy, that was just like, they were all, even her mom being like, you know, I love him, but like, it's frustrating seeing that happen. And it just broke my heart, like, hearing her be like, I'm starting to realize, like, I thought we would be back together, and like, maybe we won't.
Right.
And you do see in the coming attractions that they must have been filming all the way up until like 3 weeks ago, because they talk about the New Year's Eve kiss. Now, on the other side of this, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I have seen like the UK tabloids go opposite of like, this is a massive stunt. This is this is just to like big moment for them to like get back together and all this bullshit, like blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, I really don't I don't buy that for a second personally, but that's like, of course, that's the way that the UK tabloids are going to go, being like, we don't believe any of this. But it's just, like I said, access that we haven't gotten to her. And she's so young. She's watching these clips of like their proposal and old parts of Love Island, and like talking about it and reliving it and all this stuff. And I'm just like, wow, she is one tough cookie for sure. It really did make me admire her even more than like I already did watching it.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think this is a stunt. I think they really did split up. I think that they really have their issues, and they may have, had a rekindling for New Year's Eve, and we shall see that. But I would give this like a B+. Yeah. I really enjoyed watching it, and it made me even more of a fan of Molly-Mae, truly. Southern Charm, I watched the last 2 episodes. I'll give it a C.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Though it's all making me like kind of uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. Like I'm like, I think it's just
I don't like watching Austin and Craig fight.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's all making me a little bit uncomfortable watching them fight and then seeing Paige and then knowing that they broke. I'm like, just more so because I'm like thinking about them. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this sucks that like they are now having everybody dissect everything that was said and done on Southern Charm. Now that they're broken up, it's all like, well, look at how Paige was acting. Look how Paige was acting, and I'm like, that's gotta suck. Like that's just not fun.
I don't like Austin and Shep. Like I don't really love their energy with Craig. Like it's like let Craig like live his life. Like,
right. It's like
just
because you guys like still want to be like frat boys and whatever. It's like some people don't want that for the rest of their lives. And if you do, that's fine. Some people don't. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
I watched New in Town, the John Mulaney special, like his first special ever, because I really loved John Mulaney's special when he came back and talked about him going to rehab. Like I think that like truly I'll just watch that. I watched it again this weekend because I think it's so funny. Just the whole storytelling of it all. New in Town was solid. I'll give it a B+. Like I thought it was really good. I've never really watched his other stand-up before, but he's really funny, obviously. And I rewatched a bunch of other things, but those are new things I watched. That's it.
Okay, I will give I will give the Molly-Mae documentary. I'll give it a B+ as well. I really like it. I'm excited for more episodes.
Major cliffhanger.
I also think because we're not so intertwined in like the UK gossip that we are learning new stuff. Like I didn't know that all happened with her clothing line.
No, me
like
either.
I didn't know that they had those issues and with the blazer and like everything. So like watching that to me, I found it to be fascinating because I was like, oh, I didn't know all this was going on even. So definitely like that. Southern Charm, I'll give a C as well. I'm intrigued by like some of these, like some of the new people. Sally's really ruffling some feathers. I don't know. I there's times when like the things with the girls like don't really interest me that much. And then like when the boys are fighting, I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Yeah. And JT is just like such so freaking annoying. So I'm interested to see what happens with the fact that he just like stopped filming the show. Like, so, what else did I watch? I watched a bunch. Spoiler for the challenge. I finished the challenge. The finale was, that was a brutal end. So much swimming. Oh, like they were just swimming all over the place. Like I can't believe how much swimming they had to do. Like it sucks for somebody like Kylan who's like not a great swimmer. He probably would have crushed any other final. And because he's not a great swimmer, like that was did not help him because there were like fish out there swimming around from checkpoint to checkpoint. I thought as far as winners go, like totally checks out for on the guy's side. You're like
I'm fully aware of what happened because my dad could not have been happier with the ending.
Yeah.
Find someone who is happier than the way the challenge ended than my father.
Yeah.
Like talk about how he told me he almost cried.
Oh my God.
Watching it.
So for the guys, Jordan won, and very well deserved. I think like for him to win this season of all seasons is so impressive because it was the best of the eras, and Jordan really went through the whole season unscathed. Like I don't think he had one elimination. Like he had the right people on his side, made it all the way to the end and dominated. Like it wasn't even close. Like really dominated the end. And as for the girls, I was pumped for Rachel. I think that is so sick to like have been on the show when she was years and years ago, been gone for so long, come back, fucking crush it. She is so impressive. Jenny's so impressive too. And Jenny, like I'm a little wishy-washy on Jenny. Sometimes I like Jenny. Sometimes I'm like, all right, now you're complaining too much. Yeah. Like you're kind of like, Jenny's a little bit like, I have nobody on my side, and like blah blah. And when that's the case, like I'm like, okay, I get it. But a tie win is is crazy.
My dad was so happy for them. Like,
oh, really?
Like, truly, he was like, both of those girls.
Yeah, I mean,
they deserve it. They're fucking beasts.
They are beasts.
Like, he was like,
his dad also definitely was so pumped because they're like by far the most jacked girls.
No, that's also another part of it. He was like, it is incredible. Like,
like those girls at the gym.
No, he's just like truly like called me immediately. Like the best. I couldn't have ended in a better way. They both deserved it. They couldn't end in a better way.
My God,
I was like,
good.
wow, find someone happier about this ending than you. Like,
that's amazing. I will give those part 1 and part 2 of the final a B. Good, solid. Traitors, I'll give an A as well. I thought that episode 4 of Traitors, so good. Love Island All-Stars is back. It's on Peacock right now. It's a little bit behind, but like not like a couple days, like nothing crazy. So if you just want to watch it on Peacock, super easy to do. I watch the episodes like at night as they come out UK time because I'm a psycho. But I haven't seen like the last couple, so I actually am probably on par with like where Peacock is. I am very intrigued by one couple, and I know you haven't watched it yet, but I'll just like it's not like it happens in the second episode.
And I'm gonna I want to tell everyone what happened. I did put on Love Island All Stars.
Yeah.
I'm watching the first episode. I'm like, and trust me, I know the cast was revealed and everything. I've seen the cast. And I thought I saw the wrong cast get revealed because I'm watching the first episode and I'm like, wow, they're bringing all these people back. That wasn't the cast reveal I saw. And I'm like, oh my God, they're running this back again? I was just watching the first season of All Stars. Just watching the first season of All Stars. You know, it's okay. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have to give this a go when I'm ready to like really sit down and watch this because I was giving it a go and was just checked out and was like, what the fuck am I watching? Why is like, I can't believe they brought all these people back. And just to realize that was not the case. So you can say because I'm going to watch today.
It's not too much. It's like, you know, whatever the second episode. So not too crazy, and there are other things that happen. This Ekin-Su is the first bombshell, which, you know, start off strong. You're putting Ekin-Su back in the villa. Ekin-Su really cracks me up. She just like...
Do you think they're going to bring Davide in?
No, I actually don't think so. Because they have that... I mean, maybe, but like they tried to do that with Gabby and Marcel. Yeah. And that's gone differently. I was cracking up because I was talking to Gia about it. Gia was like, Marcel's 40 years old and divorced and he's back in the Love Island villa. And I was like, yeah, but honestly, I think that kind of helps with All Stars because it differentiates the seasons. Like Love Island, they bring in all these young early 20-somethings. A lot of them are like not ready for real relationships, like whatever. When they go in for Love Island All Stars and they're a little bit older and it's like different, I find like that the connections could actually be more legit. So I don't mind that. But Ekin-Su and Ekin-Su picks Curtis, which is just like mind-blowing.
I saw this,
mind-blowing couple to me. I don't know why in my head I knew Ekin-Su was coming in and I couldn't even register the two of them together. And I was laughing because Ekin-Su was like, I live in the same building as Mara. And he was like, oh shit. But they
I think that's why I'm not surprised by this because Curtis was with Amora.
Right. No, I think
so like I'm
true,
like not so.
And I like Curtis has just a level of spice to him that I just love. Like I just and like Curtis gives her these eyes. He's like, oh, Ekin-Su, and they just like really crack me up. And Ekin-Su loves the drama. God bless her. She is so funny. Like just in other people's drama. Like this is not giving anything away, but like just like with one of the girls being like, aren't you mad he's talking to her? Like trying just like she's just like this. Like and she always has been. And she's just great. And
liar actress.
Yeah, and I just even loved like Luca just being like, I know Ekin-Su. Like she's just, you know, she's gonna be here for the flair.
Can we talk about how much Luca and Mitch look alike? Messy Mitch.
So fair. Luca's way more handsome.
No, but it's
no offense
when you
to
see
Mitch.
them on TikTok though.
Yeah. I can see that.
I keep getting confused because Messy Mitch has a girlfriend.
Yes.
And she keeps posting like, how happy is everyone that he has a girlfriend and he can't go back to the All-Stars. And I'm like, Luca, Mitch, Luca. I'm like, why am I keep like? Why do I keep confusing the two? Like, I don't know why I keep confusing the two.
Yeah, no, they definitely have similar looks for sure. The other thing I've been seeing a lot on online, which is cracking me up, is like how with Ronnie, like how, why Ronnie, like what's the deal? I was like, he's just a propaganda. Like, he's just like, I don't know what it is. He's got the chat that all the girls love him. But because then I see like Americans watching and they're like, I need people in the UK to explain this to me. Like, what is the appeal of Ronnie? Like, is this something that I'm missing? But then like those girls are like, no, we don't see it either. Like, it's just funny. But yeah, I mean, that guy clearly he's got that funny guy thing where these girls like really are into it. I don't know. So, I'm liking All Stars so far. I'll give it a B. Room for growth.
For sure.
But
always starts out
good.
slow.
Yeah, it definitely does. I watched the finale of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Oh, baby. You missed out on a fantastic season.
Did I?
You really did. Like, it was top-notch television.
Damn.
These ladies.
I guess I just didn't see much about it, and I feel like I missed out. You
no,
know,
because it wasn't like headline news.
Yeah, it was just the last season was so, you know.
Yes, it wasn't like headline news scandal, but they just were so funny, and like it's just the pettiest fights, and like they're talking about people going behind their backs to podcasters online, and like, and they sit down at this last table dinner on this vacation. And some of them just like really hate each other's guts, and that's just like what cracks me up. Is like no matter what, like Whitney can't like throw a little jab at Lisa or like whatever it is. And Heather suggests that they go into their phones and they search each other's names and they find the meanest thing that they said about that person and give their phone to them and let them read it so they can just clear the air. So they can just clear the air.
Oh
and
my God.
some of them were like not bad at all. And everyone was like, okay, like Brittany, everyone was like, Brittany, that's not the meanest thing you said about people. Brittany lives in La La Land. But then Angie's like, yeah, sorry, Bronwyn. Like, this is what I said about you. And Bronwyn takes her, oh my God, just eviscerated her. Just like so ruthless. And Bronwyn really took it on the chin. I will give it to Bronwyn.
Yeah.
Like, she's crying and she's reading it and she's like, okay, like clean. And Angie's like, clean slate. Like,
if you're going to do this exercise, you kind of have to just like sit there, cry, take it, and move along. The funny thing is, though, they all left this round table and texted about each other again.
No, 100%.
Like, they're like, there's no
100%.
clean slate. Like, they're texting about each other as soon as they leave that round table.
It's ruthless all the time. And Bronwyn like takes it, talking about her husband, her everything. And then there's a comment about the text that Whitney gives to Lisa is not even like a mean thing about Lisa. It's just like a nasty rumor that she decides to bring up. That's like Whitney's text is, she was like, oh, I was at an event and I ran into so-and-so and they said that, oh, they were talking about me and Justin if they ever wanted a third. If you ever wanted a third. Like, he's like, I've done it, or like I've done it with Lisa and John, and like that's kind of that's like their thing. And like, and then John like still, it was just it was a sexual comment about John and threesome. Like, it was just like it was not like, it wasn't Whitney being like texting one of the other girls like, yo, I think Lisa's a bitch or whatever. Like, it was like a rumor that had not been said on the show.
Yeah.
And she's and Whitney's like, I just felt like I needed to clear the air, that this is something that I thought was a rumor, and she's like, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. She's like, Lisa, I don't believe it at all. And Lisa starts freaking out. And then she ropes Angie into it. Angie gets all pissed. She throws shit at Lisa across the table.
Damn.
What
What producer came up with this exercise?
I'm like, when that came out of Heather's mouth, I was like, Heather, you diabolical woman. Let's read the meanest
crazy
things.
That is a crazy.
The finale gets an A. That was a crazy. I'm so excited for the reunion. It's like, and it started off so good.
They should do the exercise again.
No, seriously,
At the reunion.
they start off so good. Like, Mary and Angie, like Mary was upset with Angie, but then they like made up, and they were like, I love you, like you're so close to me, like you've changed my life, really. And they have this beautiful moment. And then Heather's like, you know what? Let's say the meanest shit we've ever said about each other.
This is too
out
nice.
Loud.
We got to end every finale on a bang.
Oh my God, it was absolutely insane. I finished Lioness, the last episode 8. I'll give it a C+. It kind of fell down for me a little bit. I thought the first season was way better than the second season. Maybe it's just me, but the second season was just like a little bit harder for me to follow. There was one bang, like, holy shit, mic drop, like, moment in the finale that I was like, ooh, that's a good twist. But I still was kind of like, not fully loving it. Joe read Normal People over our holiday vacation. So then he wanted to watch the show. I'd watched it already when it came out. So we're doing a Normal People rewatch. The big Paul Mescal beginning of Paul Mescal. So we're rewatching Normal People. It's a great show. I'll give that a B+. It's good, but it's like for those that, want people to really make it work, it's a frustrating watch. Yeah. But that's really the whole premise. Right. That's all the whole premise of the story. I'm caught up on Beverly Hills. It's been fine right now. Nothing crazy. Dorit and Kyle are still really going through it, yelling at each other across the table. Kyle's got her vein popping out of her head. I really like Bose. I think she's a fantastic addition. I think she's been so great so far. Really happy with her. C+. It's fine. I watched the first episode of guys, I watched so much shit, sorry. The SNL documentary on Peacock. I just watched the first episode. Really good. Good? Really good.
Okay.
I want to watch the rest.
Better than the movie Saturday Night?
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but
that's why I didn't watch it. I feel like I'm like SNL'd out after that movie.
Yeah, but it's the 50th, it's the 50th. No, that's like the whole reason 50th.
No, I'm into that. Like if it's a real, if it's the real thing.
It's like, it's cast members watching, the first episode is cast members watching back like their audition tapes.
Oh, cool.
And talking about the audition process.
Oh, I love that.
And getting on the show, and the casting directors are there, like talking about how they cast people. And it's got a lot of great, like Pete's in it. Like there's a lot of great, like there's cameos and whatnot from they got a lot of people to do it.
Love that.
So I thought that was really good. I'll give that a B+. Like I thought it was very good. 2 movies. The Substance, I watched.
What were your thoughts? I was about to watch and I got told I wouldn't like it.
Okay, here's my thing. Everyone's just ranting about how disgusting it is. It is disgusting. It is. But it's a horror movie. Like it is sci-fi, almost like horror freak show type situation. I still found it to be pretty interesting. Like I thought the premise of it was really good. Of, this battle between Demi Moore having this fame and basically hitting an age where they told her she's too old and done. And she has this opportunity to basically like make a new young version of herself. And it's the twist is that there's a switch, like they have to go back into each other's bodies every 7 days, and it's a battle of like, well, who wants to go back to the older body, and like what happens because of that,
right?
And the mindset of that, and how like Demi Moore's character like can't get out of that mindset of like wanting to be young and beautiful, and like why she's treated so differently, and seeing how that happens. So like I thought it's gross. It is fucking disgusting.
I really like the premise, but I got told I would not like it, not to watch.
I do think it would gross you out maybe a little too much.
Really? What's so disgusting about it?
I mean, like Demi Moore's body splits open and a person like comes out of her, like full blown like body split into a fully formed Margaret Qualley, and then you just see their like gross body like open on the floor, and like different things that happen that mutilate their bodies, and it just gets like kind of more and more gross, and they just become more and more disgusting to eventually be like what happens like. But it is. I thought she was fantastic. I thought Margaret was great as well. But yeah, I mean, I get people's. I personally did think it was good. Like, I know people are like, it's so disgusting, don't watch it.
I've seen nothing but great things about the movie,
Oh,
which is why I was going to watch it and then was told not to.
The last few people I've seen post about watching it were like, I'll save you from watching this. Don't watch it. It's fucking disgusting.
I've only seen good things about it.
I don't know. I think you could watch it. I don't know. I don't, like, it's gross, but I don't love that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, there are certain points where I was like, ugh, but
not even for gross
I was
aspect,
still
though.
I was still so intrigued by
The story
that it pulled me in enough to get past that part of it. And then, like, it's a horror movie, so it has a big kind of act 3 gross whatever.
Right.
But I really did it, like, I give it a B.
Okay.
Yeah,
Solid.
I give it a B. I mean, I thought the performances were really good. I thought the whole premise was good. I mean, it's fucking gross. It's really, and that's the point. It's supposed to be. Like, it's fucking gross, like the lengths that you would go. And it's really actually so gross. And then I watched A Real Pain, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
Great performances.
Solid
I think
movie.
their performances really made the movie.
For sure.
For sure. I thought like their chemistry was really all about that, and the chemistry between the two of them. I'll give that a B as well. I think it was like, I wasn't blown away, but I did enjoy it. For
Solid
sure.
movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's everything.
I don't have much. I watched the first 4 episodes of season 3 of Traitors. I'll give that an A.
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
Solid.
And I also like don't know. Like, I never watched Survivor. I don't know. Like, this is the first time I'm ever seeing Boston Rob in action. But I get like the lore.
Yeah.
Like already.
I feel the same way. I've also never watched Survivor.
Just imagine Boston Rob, back in his prime.
I showed some of my friends who love Traitors this weekend the TikToks of the edits of of young Boston Rob, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
I feel like people don't like, you get it. If you get it, you get it. But if you don't know, then you're.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I watched the first 7 episodes of season 1 of Severance, which I just
because of the second season.
Promotion of the second season got me, and people are hyping it up so much, being like, "This is the best show on TV." So I watched it.
You watched the whole first season?
I watched the first 7 episodes. I think I have like 2 left of season 1.
Okay.
It's good. It's interesting.
I wonder if the last 2 episodes are really what brings it home.
I heard there's like a giant like cliffhanger in the last one, but I don't know. I don't like love it. It's definitely like it's very unique. I've never seen anything like it, but it's weird.
I've really seen a lot of people hyping up the second season, or like being really excited for the second season.
Yeah, maybe something will happen.
The promo was very interesting. Did you see what they did where
Grand
they put
Central.
them all in like the glass
I also didn't
cube, and they were like
realize
their characters, and everybody could just look at them?
That Ben Stiller was like the creator of all this.
I don't think
I didn't know
I don't
that
think
either.
I realized that either.
And at the Grand Central thing, he was outside of the glass, just like filming on his phone, like a dad.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, he's like the creator of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give it like a B. Like it's interesting, but it just might not be like my thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'll finish it. That's all I got.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my
so
God.
much Marcus King this weekend.
Yeah.
You really just
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of sports on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
And
I don't
those
know.
are, like,
it was during the week last week that I clocked a lot of hours.
Yeah.
That's why.
And also Friday night, I felt like I was just posting it on my story nonstop of like watching TV. And then people were like, "Oh, did you watch? Oh my God, I forgot about one more thing. Special Forces. Duh. Also watch Special Forces. I'll put that I'll grade that as well. I'll give that a B. I like Special Forces a lot. It's a very interesting dynamic. Watching
You're like our special forces correspondent.
I am. Watching Golden Tate. Brody Jenner's doing very well.
If
not
somebody
surprising,
who loves
right?
Brody, or used to love Brody Jenner so much, it's me.
Yeah.
So it's shocking I'm not watching this show right now, but I don't know. He went through like
No, it's fair.
he lost me a little bit, but
And that's where
Brody Jenner was like my number one.
yeah. It's just really funny because some of these guys like don't like know who each other is. Like, it's so Golden Tate I think was really trying to put the puzzle pieces together on who Brody Jenner was. Like, I don't think it was really clicking for him. I think maybe he heard like reality show, like blah, blah, whatever. And he's doing very well. Like, he is athletic. He is, and he was like, and Brody was talking about his dad, and Golden Tate was like, "Oh, who's your dad?" and they were like, Caitlyn Jenner. And then Cam Newton is the one that was like, bro, how'd you not know that? Kardashians, you know?
You ever watch The Hills?
Like, Cam Newton maybe didn't have the most progressive commentary when it came to that whole situation as well, which is not surprising from past comments that Cam has made. Nicole,
to Brody Jenner.
To Golden Tate. Like, he was like, oh, that's his dad, but it's not really his dad. Like shit like that, where it's like, okay, it's his dad. Like, come on. And Nicole brought up also, because somebody asked her, like, oh, did you know Cam before? She was like, oh, like, I never really met him before, but we did have interactions, because she's like, I dated a football player. And, like, there was a moment when Cam had made some comment about, like, women staying in the kitchen or whatever, and she was like, she engaged with that on social media. So, like, they were aware of each other. But Brody is crushing it. Our girl Christy's crushing as well.
No surprise.
She's a fucking badass, and this past one was like team events, and she did really well, I thought. It also sucks because these are the ones where a couple of them, they do like the hand-to-hand combat where they're just supposed to beat the shit out of each other, and a few people had to be like sent home because they got hurt, which has got to be the worst feeling. It's like you're doing so well and you want to stay there, but then you just like get fucking punched in the face by Cam Newton.
That's fucking insane.
Like, this poor guy's like the Olympic swimmer, and I'm sure he and the whole thing is like a lot of water stuff. So, eventually maybe that would be good for him. And Cam Newton just like went full rage. Like, he was like, rarely are you told, like, just unleash everything. He's like, I really, you keep it all in. It's like the first time. And I think he broke his nose. Like, it was just like, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it was tough. Not great. Not
it's like
great.
Biz and Francis and Survivor.
Yeah. So they're like, they're down to half the amount of people that they started with. These last 2 episodes, people were dropping
like flies.
Dropping like flies quickly. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
What I give it a B? Yeah. I'll stick with that.
Solid watch from everybody. And that wraps up everything we watched this week.